Right.
And his passion has led him to speak to us on this topic. How he இறைவா என்னால் மாற்ற முடியாததை ஏற்றுக்கொள்ளும் மனப்பக்குவமும் மாற்ற முடியாததை மாற்றும் துணிவையும் இவற்றை பாகுபடுத்தி அறியக்கூடிய ஞானத்தையும் தந்திருப்பார். Nagercoil chapter to Medicinal Gallery.
It is indeed my privilege and honor to be here. I thank the Lord Almighty for this abundant grace for this wonderful meeting in the morning. This organization is for conservation of heritage. Heritage, under that there are so many headings, and one of them is human heritage. Under human heritage only this entrepreneurship comes. Only if you are alive, you can enjoy what all given to us, right? For that we need good food. What all that God has given us, it should be given to us, and we should preserve it. That is one of the mission of INTACH.
Dr. Sunil Richardson, co-convener of Indian National Trust for Art and Cultural Heritage, Nagercoil chapter, to take over the session.
Okay, so this is not a monologue. That is, I don't want to be speaking all the while. The purpose of this is so that you people understand what a rich cultural heritage each one of us have. Point one. Second point is so that we learn how to preserve and how to take our cultural heritage ahead. Okay? How many of you here are proud Indians? Absolutely. And I'm going to start with manuscripts because this is just what I'm going to talk to you about, probably in 30 minutes. I'm going to ask some questions as well. And I have some trinkets, some gifts to give away. Okay? Those are also antiques. These are probably some old coins. I just pulled some from my double, so you'll get some of them if you answer well. Even wrong answers are welcome, but please don't sleep, okay? Right. Now, who knows, how many of you have seen here or touched or felt a palm leaf manuscript? Can you? One. Before now. One of you, two, three. Just three of you? Anyone else? Okay, 4, 5. Not bad. Okay. Now, I saw it for the first time when I was doing my final year. So I was probably 21, okay? So till I was 21, I never seen a palm leaf manuscript. I didn't even know much about it, though I'm collecting coins from my age 10. But only when I was 21, I first see them. And then I started learning more about it. Now I'm 46. So in the last 25 years, I've got a lot of interest, knowledge, and details about these manuscripts. And they're very, very special things in the whole world. First thing. Now, I start with the basics about writing. You know, mankind has always been fascinated with writing. And we have progressed as a civilization because of our skills of writing. So when I write something, I leave behind my knowledge, my wisdom, my expertise to the next person, to the next generation, right? That's the biggest advantage of writing. Now, if you see, there were different forms of writing. People wrote on the rocks, like 10,000 years ago. They said on the rocks that there were some animals, so don't go nearby. Then that was difficult, you know, you couldn't carry rocks around, so that was difficult. And then they started writing them on palm leaf manuscript from the 5th century BC. So it's about 2,500 years ago, the first documented evidence of written scripts on leaves and palm leaf manuscripts. The Egyptians wrote even before this, but they used what is called as, anyone? If anyone answers, I'll give you a good. What did the Egyptians write on? No Googling. They used what is called as a papyrus. Okay? It wasn't a palm leaf. it was a different type of leaf that was by the river Nile. They used to write on them. But this palm leaf manuscript was pretty much used in the southern part of Asia, Southeast Asia, that also included parts of Orissa, Bihar, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, and Ceylon, Indonesia, Burma, Thailand. All these areas used palm leaf manuscripts. And without a doubt, the oldest of these are from India. The oldest recorded document is in the 9th century AD, religious Vedic scripts that were written on palm leaf manuscripts. Okay, now how do they do this? So all of you have seen Panamaram, right? You have one in your campus? No. You have a palmera in your campus? I was looking when I was walking and I didn't see. You have a lot of coconut trees. Okay. So palmera is an original native tree of our area. Okay, not even coconut tree. Palmera is more native. Palmera is a very hardy tree. The wood is very strong. It doesn't die easy. The roots are very deep, taproot system. Anyways, so they take the leaves of this palmera tree and they boil it, or they do some kind of preparation. Then they cut it into strips. These strips are then dried. Before it totally dries up and becomes like broken types, they start engraving on these leaves. Okay. So now we have a book. A book has what? Many pages, right? So this is a book. The book has two hardbound covers, like how your books have, and then inside you have folios. Folios are the papers. So each one of this folio is made of a palm leaf manuscript, a palm leaf, right? Now what they did is, so they cut it out and then they had these kind of pens. How do you use today's pens? So we've been taught to use like this, yeah? This is how we hold our pen, because you don't need to have any strength. You just have to delicately write with the pen. Am I right? But the palm leaf manuscripts always had a knob. If you see I've got palm leaf manuscripts about stylets, about 26 of them from different parts of India, mainly from Tamil Nadu, but also from Ceylon, Burma and the neighboring areas. But all of them will have a bulb. So this bulb is put like this. You put it inside your hand for holding it firmly, because you need some strength to engrave on these leaves. You can't write it simply. And then they would engrave on the leaves. Okay. So that's how the system of palm leaf manuscripts was done. And people used to write this for centuries. So if they would write a palm leaf manuscript, let's say after 100 years or 200 years or 150 years or whatever time it gets damaged, and there was another group of people writing that back again. So it went from one generation to the other. Now in our district, a very important aspect or subject of palm leaf manuscripts, or one of the common topics, important topics, can anyone guess that for me? Yeah. So it is, I think we should exempt Anita from questions. Okay. So we, medicinal topics, okay, Ayurvedic topics were written on palm leaf manuscript. I met with a German collector. This is the actual happening when I was doing my training in Zurich 20 years ago. And we just happened to become friends, and he had interest in these kind of manuscripts, coins and everything. He told me he would pay me for every digital scan of the manuscript. So which means they want the digital, you can just take a scanning and just, what it means is there's so much of wealth in this, there's so much of wisdom, there's so much of knowledge that we still don't know fully about. Okay. So the first thing that I want you all to do is, if you find manuscripts, you might find it in your grandfather's house, your great-grandfather's place, any of your relatives who's with Ayurvedic practice, or if they were in any temple or any areas where they used to use these. It's not easy to get nowadays good ones, but you will find in our district, especially if you're looking for them. This is a Kannada manuscript. I'm going to pass this one this side. Okay. Yeah, and after that, don't put your hands in your eyes, because like I said, there could be some small allergy things with that. They had Elithani in gold, they had it in silver, but only the covering. The basic Elithani was always in iron. because you had to have a sharp point, and once it gets blunt, they would sharpen it again, like how you would sharpen a pencil, right? Pencil, you need to sharpen it very often. This probably once in a few months. So this is a silver one. I'm going to pass it around. This is a very nice one from our area, Tamil Nadu. And I'm going to pass another one on the other side. This is from North Tamil Nadu and even bordering Andhra Pradesh and all that. So if you see the one that I've sent on that side, which is a similar one to this, can you hear that? And you know, this is a cast bronze. You know how bronze is cast? So they make it in wax, then they melt the wax, and then they pour the bronze. And they've got this muttu inside. Just because when they're writing, they like to have some sound, you know. Makes it more interesting, I think, like how I listen to some good music when I'm operating, like that. So they had this kind of... No, it's difficult to make today. How many of you have heard of Chilambu? Yeah, so you know in the old Chilambu also, they put this muttu or stones or whatever in the cast. So when you cast it only, it goes inside. You cannot take it out. It's just stuck inside. It's very difficult to fabricate today. It's an art. Just to fabricate this is an art. Yeah? And if you look at Sotheby's, Bonhams, Christie's, Heritage, what are these? These are all international auction sites that sell stuff for thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars or millions of dollars. These all go for $5,000, $10,000 a piece. It's very expensive because it's very hard to make it like that. Like R comes and then you have a 90 degrees. But otherwise, generally, it's all round, isn't it? So is Malayalam, so is Telugu, so is Kannada, so and round. They don't have like English, like no A, no W. No, apart from Anita. We'll come to Anita a little later. Why is it? You understood my question? So, language, okay? These are also multi-purpose knives, but these were basically called Chettiar's knife. So, they were a group of people in then Karekudi. They basically or mostly used these types of eltanis. Can anyone guess what is this made of? By the way it looks. Copper? Then what is this? This is copper. Yeah? This is not copper. Yeah, it is ivory. So, and I'm very impressed that you figured it out straight away. Okay, let me see, what is this? So, yeah. So that's a small coin. No, I'm going to give her one more. So this is the second one is a bead. It's a prehistoric bead. So 2000 plus years people used to wear beads like that, okay? So another one is a coin from Rajaraja Chola. When did Rajaraja Chola rule? And one of the most expensive wood as well. Can you name the wood? Anyone from behind? No, it's not sandalwood. It is one of the expensive wood, sandalwood, but not the heaviest. Sorry? Teakwood? No, it's very cheap. Next. Huh? No, not rosewood also. It's black in color. If you put it, normally what happens to wood if you put in water? This will sink. This wood will sink. And it was available in our part of India on the Western Ghats. Sorry? Nobody knows? Do you know? Huh? I heard something here. Huh? Yeah, who's saying? Say it loud. What? Yeah, it is Karangali. Come. Come forward. Come. And so on and so forth. Okay. Now I did mention to you about manuscript with subjects. Okay, so this one. So this is a medicinal manuscript from our area, and it's a Kashayam one. It's a Siddha manuscript. So paint on these leaves so that insects don't come here. Otherwise, these get destroyed by silverfish and various insects, termites. Termites will finish them in one day. They love these leaves, right? Just imagine the leaves, they just finish them in no time. That's why it's difficult to preserve. So, first step of preserving is getting some help, like what I told you. Then the next step is, I've got this box for that. This is a box made of a very special wood. This wood also was available in our area. Unfortunately, today it is not available. It's almost extinct. Ebony itself is extinct. This is more extinct. I will pass this around. Don't drop it, it might break. It's a very old box again. It's probably 150 years old. This is not from India. This is from a place called Macau, which is in China. But the same wood was there here as well. You can smell this wood. If you don't get smell, if you're not very good with your senses, just open it. You get beautiful smell. Unbelievable smell, okay? Just pass it around. You can if you have, but silk saris. No insect enters this box. You can keep this anywhere you want. Inside the box, insects will not go. Here's the Ramayana, and then this one is Mahabharata. So, again, these are by the Karyavatam people. So, I've got that to show you that you have a lot of religious scripts written. You can actually read this. They've told me it's in very, very fine condition of preservation. And in fact, if there are people who want to do research, then they would be taking use of this material. Anyway, the next thing I wanted to show you is that how these things are kept, you know, originally. So they would make, this is small, like a pocket manuscript. I think the other aspect was your horoscope, you know. What do you say for horoscope in Tamil? Jadakam. So Jadakam was another aspect. Medicine was one, religious text was one, third was Jadakam. Jadakam they used to write in different sizes and people could carry these also in their... Sorry? Huh? Tagadu, yeah. But what are these? Huh? So this is similar to this. Idhula vandu the wooden thing is just a flat plain wood. And they used to keep this as one side and this on the other. Can you get that? Who is good in reading Tamil? All of you good in reading Tamil? You good? Read this Tamil. It doesn't remain the same, you know. 200 years back, there were some different extra. They used to take these stains, dyes from vegetables and use that. Indigo and different colors. Okay, then we move on to the last box. So this was actually Ola Chavdi Petti, they used to call it, just for this, okay. The reason is they will keep the documents in this. So I told you about medicinal ones, we told about religious scripts, we told about horoscopes, Jyotisham, then we told about different other subjects, how they are made, and this is the last one. Like this was a royal document. They also have some ordinary documents like this. So you have a document tray like this here. So you can open this. And inside this also they would keep different types of documents. This is the original document box. This is from a place called Pudukottai. So it's not very far from here. So what they used to do was, they will write the document. For example, you have that land or something. I'll show you the seal also on these. You still have the seal also on that. The government or the... This is from Ceylon. So they used to put the palm leaf stylus in these kind of wooden casings. Yeah. And the design, look at the design. It's very, very intricate. It's fine, fine work. And it's all made of iron.
It's not a patriotic spirit, and all the time he's talking about India and Tamil Nadu. He likes Tamil Nadu, but he's never studied here, I guess, right? So he's been studying different parts of India, but not in Tamil Nadu. Ask students, number students, எல்லா நாளும் ஈவினிங் 4:30 to 5:30 பல்லில் என்ன ப்ராப்ளம் இருந்தாலும் அவரோட ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் போனால் நமக்கு ஃப்ரீயாகவே பண்ணி கொடுப்போம். ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் அண்ட் ஃபேக்கல்ட்டிக்கு
நல்லா சப்போர்ட் பண்ணாங்க. கிராமங்கள்லாம்